everybody. Let's start the video off by saying that there's some reality altering shit going on, and it's very confusing. So in 2016, Pentagon released these videos, 3 videos of unexplained UAPs. ABC News.
The all-new TD Clear credit card.
It's also in Pentagon government files, records online. They have no idea what's flying here. And then the other clips. This video was one of the craziest videos. Some claim for it to be a infrared lens flare, but it's unexplainable, really, especially when you consider that the Pentagon, the US government, is posting this, and it was looked at by the best intelligence force in the world. So for a bunch of video editors to say that it's a lens flare versus the entire Central Intelligence is kind of crazy. So we have confirmed that there's 2 UAPs that existed and flown, and that's on government records. Like, it's true, it's a true source. When we take into account how these things were moving in video and how surprising it was, you can already see speculation for it being a different country or something really crazy. Obama.
UFOs with talk show host James Corden.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. And so, I think that people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what that is.
Obama is speaking in code to make us think that it possibly isn't aliens. That's just a legal thing. He says it like that for a reason. However, what he did admit is that the USA, the intelligence of the USA, has no idea why these vehicles move the way they move or how they move. You might think it's Russia or China, but the recent war in Ukraine has proved that Russia does not have the equipment that they say they've been having. The Su-57 is not coming for another decade. And as for China, they're not so big in the military. They have a couple jet ideas, but nothing 5th gen, nothing that says that they're ahead of the US. So, in conclusion, you really have to think that these vehicles are not from Earth. They're not human made vehicles. As the strongest nation in the world with the best intelligence doesn't even understand what it is. I think that's enough. There's enough proof there to understand that these are literally alien beings. Other than that, in 2024, January 1st, Congress passed a bill, and 2 parts of the bill spoke on UAP limitations on whistleblowers and just more funding on the UAP research. Those UAPs are in those 3 videos that we saw, and it's multiple videos. Sources like Luis Elizondo, which some people may not like because they say he's the con artist, but a special agent, a counterintelligence special agent, Luis Elizondo, ex-counterintelligence special agent, Luis Elizondo said There's more UAP videos that would break our minds if we saw them, essentially. And within the next couple years, we'll see a lot. We'll see a lot of them because a lot of people are trying to fight for this information to be put out. But the simple thought process that the US does not have more videos like this is idiotic. It's obvious that they're withholding some information like how they always do. Those videos were from 2013, 2016, and so forth. Not 2016, sorry. This video of Obama speaking was from 2016, but those videos were from even before that. And they just weren't released to the public, even though they were supposed to be. I think that's enough reason to think they're aliens. The third reason is simply just a scientific reason. The universe is at the least 13.9 billion years old. We can only see 13.9 billion light years away, but the universe itself could be infinite or way larger than that. So to think that we're the only life form that exists is stupid. And to think that they're just as advanced or less advanced than us is stupid. So it's very possible that some alien race creature could be here right now and we wouldn't know because their technology is way too advanced. And this is not sci-fi or anything like that. This is real. Like, this is real life. And if you're Christian or Jewish or Muslim, you have to understand that your religious text also mentions things of humanoid, not human species. Ezekiel speaks about the Anakims and their descendants of the Nephims and whatnot. Every religious text all over the world and all over certain groups depict some type of being that is otherworldly. Sometimes they call them angels or devils, but you're telling me that a bunch of schizo people, at least one a decade, at least one a century, come up with this widely followed thing that has to do with essentially the same things. Two separate religions talk about the Great Flood. Anyways, the chairman for the this might be the ISA. Okay, let me just search this up. It might be ISRO. Just recently, the head of basically the Indian NASA admitted that aliens have already visited us. And this is not some hoax. This is literally the chairman for the basically India's version of NASA, Space Intelligence, said on interview that aliens are here and the US gets the majority of the attention from these things for certain reasons, and maybe that they don't. And it's just complete unknown in this because he's not too detailed about it because he doesn't really know.
Intelligent creatures, living things, sometimes more intelligent than us or not that much intelligent than us. See, we call ourselves an evolved creature, no? You just otherwise you imagine there is another civilization which is 1,000 years ahead of you. So then a society or evolution or stories are mostly fabricated stories, not the real stories.
Many of them are.
Yeah,
But some of them might be true.
Maybe true because I can't comment on it because I have not seen it yet.
He's talking about
But do you think our planet is visited by extraterrestrials?
Absolutely no doubt about it.
absolutely no doubt about it. And he said visiting. We're being visiting currently right now. Absolutely no doubt about it. This video was uploaded 6 days ago, and that is the chairman of the Indian NASA. Not to mention, recently Louis Alejandro had It was on a Joe Rogan podcast. A lot of people watched the video. A lot of people be looking up Louis Alessandro, which is at least somewhat a credible source. Even if he's biased, he's at least somewhat a credible source. So there's more videos, and there's people who want to release information. And then we get more people talking about UAPs and UFOs. Not to mention, we got a lot more sightings recently. Search it up. It's just keywords to find the video.
You know, oh, here
Watch
it is.
this. So play this. I mean, what in the fuck is that?
So some people say it's a balloon and shutter speed and whatnot. And you might say it's moving fast because the plane is moving fast, but the issue is it's a propeller plane. It's not moving that fast.
So
That
play
thing is
this.
moving in the opposite direction.
I mean, what in the fuck is that?
So look,
It's moving in the opposite direction. And this might not be a real video. It might actually be a balloon. But all of these things, like, it's just like it might. And they literally look like what have been depicted before. These flying objects that defy reality. And they move unlike any jet. Luis Alessandro, his description of what the craft looked like without giving out classified information, said that they had no rivets or bolts, and it was like it was made in a 3D printed because there's no opening. That's what he said about the visual representation. Some say that it can change shape, it can morph, or it looks like a pill essentially. And it fits the description of what the video I just played, and a lot of the other depictions that have been coming out recently. Lastly, the only major reason to think that aliens aren't here right now is to think that all the religions that have to talk about some type of beings coming here teaching something are made up and fake, every single one of them. Because yes, there's crazy people in history, but to believe that every single religion that talks about people coming here and doing things, doing unspeakable things, we're gonna sit here and think that those have nothing to do with extraterrestrial life that existed 13.8 billion years after the universe began. They're here.